than 250 kilos of pure muscle slide silently among submerged roots. The anaconda verde does not hunt like other snakes. It does not chase. It waits, and when it attacks, the water itself becomes an accomplice to an execution that lasts for endless minutes. The Amazonas basin extends like a liquid labyrinth where every channel, every flooded igapo, every dark agarape hides predators that have perfected the art of invisibility. Here, the water does not reflect the sky. It absorbs light, dilutes contours, transforms the surface into an opaque mirror. Beneath that murky curtain, life and death coexist in silence. The rivers carry sediments that conceal massive shapes. Submerged roots create labyrinths where stalking becomes an exact science. Floating vegetation disguises silhouettes that could crush skulls with the same ease that tree trunks split during storms. Nothing here is what it seems. Danger does not announce its arrival. It simply exists, patient, immobile, calculating the exact moment. Among all the predators that inhabit this aquatic universe, one dominates by mass, strategy, and evolutionary antiquity. The anaconda verde, Eunectes murinus, the heaviest snake on the planet, not the longest, but the most imposing by sheer volume. An adult female can exceed 9 meters in length and weigh more than 3 men combined. Its cylindrical body, covered by scales that reflect olive green tones speckled with circular black spots, camouflages perfectly with the submerged plant bed. Its eyes and nostrils, positioned on the top of its skull, allow it to breathe while the rest of its body remains completely invisible underwater. This adaptation is not a coincidence. It is the result of millions of years refining the perfect ambush. The anaconda does not live on dry land. It inhabits the water. The igapos, seasonally flooded forests, offer the ideal setting. During floods, the river invades the jungle, transforming trees into submerged columns and creating channels among giant roots. Here, the snake waits. It does not move for hours, sometimes days. Its slow metabolism allows it to remain immobile without wasting energy. Its heart rate slows. Its breathing becomes spaced out. Only the thermal sensors remain active, detecting minimal temperature variations in the water. Any warm body that approaches, any mammal that comes down to drink, any unsuspecting capybara that swims by, activates the mechanism. And then everything happens in brutal seconds. The attack does not begin with a spectacular leap. It begins with an almost imperceptible slide. The anaconda adjusts its position, calculates the distance, tenses the muscles of the anterior section of its body. When the prey is within perfect range, it explodes from the bottom. The impact is devastating. Its jaws open at an impossible angle, more than 150 degrees, and its recurved teeth, sharpened backwards, sink into flesh and fur. But the teeth are not the lethal weapon. They are the anchor. What kills comes next. In fractions of a second, the snake's massive body coils around the prey. It does not squeeze immediately with all its strength. It waits. It feels every breath of the victim. And each time the animal exhales, the anaconda closes the circle 1 millimeter more. Inhaling becomes impossible. The ribs give way under pressure exceeding 400 kilos per square meter. The heart, compressed between rings of relentless muscle, stops pumping. There is no escape. Struggling only accelerates the process. The prey could be a 2-meter caiman, an adult capybara, a peccary crossing the river. It does not matter. The result is always the same: silence. But the anaconda does not kill for the sake of killing. Each lethal constriction represents weeks, sometimes months, of stored energy. An adult female can go 4, 5, even 6 months without feeding after a successful hunt. Its digestion is slow, meticulous. Its stomach secretes acids so potent that they dissolve entire bones. Hair, Hooves, caiman scales, everything is processed, nothing is wasted. During that digestive period, the snake seeks refuge among roots or riparian caves, vulnerable and lethargic. It is the only time when other predators might consider it prey. But even weak, a 200-kilo anaconda is not an easy target. Females are the true giants of the species. Males, significantly smaller, rarely exceed 3 meters and 40 kilos. This size difference is not accidental. It defines their entire reproductive behavior. Between April and May, when the rains transform the jungle into an inland sea, females release aquatic pheromones that travel kilometers downstream. Males detect them with chemical precision and begin their migration. Dozens converge towards the same female. What happens next defies any notion of animal romance. The mating balls are one of the strangest phenomena in the snake kingdom. Up to 30 males coil around a single female, forming a pulsating mass of intertwined bodies that can weigh over 500 kilos. The competition is brutal. Males struggle, push each other, try to position their tails near the female's cloaca. The female, in the center of the chaos, chooses, not always the largest, not necessarily the first. She selects based on criteria that scientists do not yet fully understand. Mating can last for weeks. During that time, the ball of snakes remains semi-submerged, moving slowly through the Igapo like a mythological creature. When it finally ends, the males disperse, exhausted. Some do not survive. The female, now pregnant, faces 8 months of gestation. Anacondas are ovoviviparous. The eggs develop inside the mother's body, and the young are born fully formed. A litter can include between 20 and 40 young snakes, each measuring about 60 centimeters. They are born in the water, instinctively swimming towards refuges among dense vegetation. From the first second, they are independent predators. They hunt tadpoles, small fish, frogs, but they are also prey. Young caimans, herons, even large fish like piranhas attack newborn anacondas. Infant mortality is brutal. From each litter, only 2 or 3 individuals reach maturity. And here arises one of the most disturbing behaviors documented in the species. Post-reproductive cannibalism. Giant females, weakened by months of gestation without feeding, attack the males that still lurk nearby after mating. The males, significantly smaller, are perfect prey, easy to constrict, rich in protein. There is no emotion in the act. There is no ritual, only biological necessity. The female recovers the calories invested in reproduction by devouring those who fertilized her. Brutal, efficient, perfectly logical from a survival perspective. Nature does not operate with human sentimentality. But anacondas do not dominate unopposed. In the Amazonas waters, they coexist with another formidable predator, the caiman negro, Melanosuchus niger, which can reach up to 6 meters in length. Encounters between both giants are rare but epic. When they occur, there is no guaranteed winner. Everything depends on relative size, initial position, the element of surprise. A 7-meter anaconda can constrict a 3-meter caiman with relative ease, but an adult 5-meter caiman possesses jaws capable of crushing the snake's skull with a single bite. Documented confrontations show battles lasting hours, intertwined bodies spinning in the murky water, blood diluting in currents. Sometimes the snake wins, sometimes the reptile, sometimes both die. Capybaras, the largest rodents in the world, represent another preferred food. These semi-aquatic herbivores weigh up to 60 kilos and swim with surprising skill. But even they fall to the perfect ambush. The anaconda waits near banks of floating vegetation where capybaras feed at dawn. When one separates from the group, the snake attacks from below. The pull into the depths is instantaneous. The capybara barely has time to shriek before the water closes over its head. Beneath the surface, the constriction does its work. In less than 10 minutes, it is all over. Even jaguars, the most powerful felines in America, respect the anaconda's aquatic territory. Although they occasionally hunt young snakes on land, they avoid confrontations with adult females in the water. There is a documented record of an adult jaguar attacking a 6-meter anaconda in a shallow igarape. The snake defended itself by coiling around the feline. Both fought for almost half an hour. The jaguar finally managed to bite the snake's head and kill it, but died hours later from internal injuries caused by the constriction. There were no victors, just two predators eliminating each other. The anaconda's vision is adapted to low-light environments. In the murky waters of the Amazonas, where visibility rarely exceeds 2 meters, the eyes function by detecting movement more than details. But the true sensory weapon are the thermoreceptive pits, specialized organs located in the labial scales that detect infrared radiation. A mammal in the water emits a distinctive body heat. The anaconda sees that heat as a bright thermal signature against the cold riverbed. This ability allows it to hunt in complete darkness, in waters so murky that even sunlight penetrates only a few centimeters. The Amazonas flood cycle defines the entire anaconda ecology. During the dry season, when rivers recede and igapos dry up, snakes concentrate in permanent channels. Competition for territory intensifies. Dominant females expel smaller individuals to marginal areas. Some anacondas get trapped in isolated lagoons that slowly evaporate. When the water disappears completely, the snakes enter a state of lethargy, burying themselves in the damp mud and reducing their metabolism to a minimum. They can survive months like this, waiting for the rains to return. When they do, and the river once again invades the jungle, the anacondas emerge from the mud like ancestral specters. The cycle repeats. This capacity for extreme fasting is key to understanding its survival strategy. Unlike predators that must hunt constantly, the anaconda can afford absolute patience. A single 50-kilo capybara provides enough energy for 4 months. An 80-kilo caiman can sustain it for half a year. It does not need constant success. It only needs to succeed occasionally. And when you wait motionless for weeks in the same spot, the chances of something edible eventually passing by are extremely high. Predators that threaten adult anacondas are scarce. Aside from large caimanese negros and exceptionally bold jaguars, the snake has no natural enemies once it reaches adult size, but it faces another danger: humans. In some riparian communities, anaconda meat is occasionally consumed. The skin, although less valued than that of other reptiles due to its thickness and texture, has a limited market. But the greatest threat does not come from direct hunting, but from habitat destruction. Riparian deforestation, mercury contamination from illegal mines, the construction of dams that alter flood cycles, all indirectly impact anaconda populations by reducing the availability of prey and refugees. However, the anaconda verde is not classified as an endangered species. Its geographical distribution is wide, covering practically the entire Amazonas basin, from Venezuela to Bolivia, passing through Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, and Brazil. It adapts to different types of aquatic habitats: blackwater rivers, whitewater rivers, lakes, swamps, even artificial channels. As long as there is permanent water and available prey, the anaconda thrives. Its ecological versatility is one of the reasons for its evolutionary success. Encounters with humans are rare, but do occur. Fishermen working in small canoes occasionally report giant snakes sliding beneath their boats. Divers exploring Amazonas rivers have photographed 8-meter anacondas resting on the bottom, completely motionless, ignoring human presence. These encounters demystify many legends. Anacondas do not actively attack humans. They do not see people as prey. Documented cases of fatal attacks are extremely rare and generally involve cornered snakes or individuals who provoked them. A well-fed anaconda simply moves away when it detects human presence. But the stories persist. In indigenous communities of the upper Amazonas, the anaconda holds a central place in mythology. Some ethnic groups consider it a guardian spirit of the rivers. Others believe that certain giant anacondas, called mothers of the water, have supernatural powers. Tales of 20-meter snakes devouring entire canoes circulate as folklore. Scientists have sought evidence of these supergiants for decades. So far, the largest specimen accurately measured reached 9 meters and 40 centimeters and weighed 243 kilos. It was captured in Venezuela in 1960. Extraordinary, but far from the mythological monsters. The anaconda's longevity in the wild is difficult to determine. In captivity, well-cared-for individuals have lived more than 30 years. In nature, it is estimated that large females can reach between 20 and 30 years, although most likely die sooner, victims of encounters with caimans, disease or starvation during extreme droughts. Males, more vulnerable due to their smaller size, rarely exceed 15 years. Every year an anaconda survives is a testament to its efficiency as a predator and its ability to adapt to a constantly changing environment. The Amazonas River and its tributaries are not static entities. They change course, flood new areas, abandon old channels. The anaconda follows these changes. It migrates with the waters. It colonizes newly formed igapos. It abandons permanently drying lagoons. This behavioral flexibility allows the species to persist, while other specialized predators disappear when their specific habitat is altered. The anaconda does not need an exact place. It only needs water, submerged vegetation, and prey. The rest is adaptation. In the Amazonas ecological context, the anaconda fulfills a crucial function that goes beyond simply being an impressive predator. It regulates populations of semi-aquatic herbivores like capybaras, which unchecked could overgraze riparian vegetation. It controls young caimans, preventing their populations from exploding. Even the carcasses it sometimes leaves partially consumed feed aquatic and terrestrial scavengers, from fish to birds. Every anaconda is a node in the trophic web, connected directly or indirectly to dozens of other species. Small fish that clean the scales of resting anacondas get food from the parasites that infest them. Birds that build nests on branches where snakes sunbathe occasionally benefit from indirect protection. Few terrestrial predators venture near an anaconda. Even the bacteria and fungi that colonize its dead skin when it sheds contribute to nutrient cycles in the water. Nothing exists in isolation. Everything interacts. The Amazonas is a system where every creature fulfills its function. The anaconda regulates populations of caimans and capybaras. Fish clean its scales. Birds alert its presence. Even jaguars respect its aquatic territories. This colossal snake does not destroy the balance. It maintains it. Every silent ambush, every lethal constriction, every act of post-reproductive cannibalism are gears in an ecological machinery that has been functioning since time immemorial. Where there are anacondas, the ecosystem remains intact. If you felt the strength of this journey, like the video, subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell so you don't miss the next stories of nature in its purest state. Until next time.